C'est le 25 décembre 2021 aujourd'hui. Je suis venu m'asseoir dans un coin because I've been a bad boy for being a good boy. Uh, I was thinking, who can I contact today to wish them a Merry Christmas? People I've cared about that are no longer constant in my life, and I'm scared to do that. I'm scared to do that because I'm afraid they'll have a bad reaction, which would ruin my day when I'm trying to brighten up their day. And like one this week is, I mean, she's pretty high up in the government in Ontario, and I told my dad a few weeks ago. I said, "Hey, man, I miss this lady being in my life, this ex-girlfriend, because she's one that was capable of intelligent conversations." I also told my dad that, she certainly didn't have a good balance of different types of intelligence, but I kind of miss intelligent conversations about, let's say, current affairs. And when I just ask her how her family's doing, is I get a response about one sentence saying never contact again. The police will be called next time, and it's ridiculous when you haven't done anything wrong to somebody, and they treat you like this. Like you're their punching bag now, for whatever may or may not be happening in their life. But a lot of the people I used to know, and let's say I severed ties with them, but without doing it in a mean way or without uh, saying forever, severing ties, but just saying we're not a good fit kind of thing, and not doing anything wrong, and it turning out to be a good choice for me because their lives and who they chose to be based on the effort they put in their personal development or self-actualization in a balanced way was accurate, and they don't want to talk about their lives, and they counterattack me if I ask how they're doing. As HSD is spreading everywhere, it's not okay to be treated like that. So today I've got some bad news for you guys. What I've decided now is I'm no longer going to call myself the ecocentric humanist. And it's not just because of interactions with people I know, it's just studying your species. The way that I've defined humanism in the past is in big part is having the potential to solve the problems that we create, and we don't. I mean, I think we don't, right? So I have to now let that go in my worldview because, I mean, you have to change a worldview if the data proves it wrong, right? Same thing with Costco. I criticized Costco recently, and Costco says, "Well, we lost business because of you," and they won't. They might not even hear about it. But if they do, and they want to take me to court when I'm not a member of this cult monetary paradigm, and I have nothing to lose in that way, what they'd be proving is that big business wants to silence science because science, the argument I made is, their business plan or their template, is actually anti-life for this planet, right? It's good for their shareholders, but it's anti-life. So science can easily demonstrate this. So in court, if I'd lose, then you'd be also not just big business, but governments, legal systems would prove that they're anti-science, which we still are. And that's another example. It's not just about me and my life and interacting with people that break my heart when I'm kind to them. Like this ex. If she did call the police, and I'm the kind of guy that would say to the police, "You better do a freaking good investigation here, very thorough, and I'm going to double check it." And if they did, they would find out, wait, you're the nasty person. You're the one that once in a while was nice and say thank you for doing this when my mom visited you or whatever. But most of the time you're just abusive. And, but the thing is everybody identifies with each other except for me. Like, I feel alienated from you. I suffer from species alienation, but you also feel alienated from me. And you don't ask yourselves why. I've filmed a few vlogs kind of hinting, how you should ask yourself this and be open to the idea of it. So humanism is as dead as Christianity or other religions because it's fake, right? It's the data doesn't demonstrate that this is something that is nothing other than otherly nonsense to believe in. So, and that pretty much goes with 99% of the humanists I met. They live their lives, they make choices, and their lives turn out to be, they prove humanism wrong. And humanism has nothing to do with the supernatural, so that means you can make it happen. But it's up to you as a collective, as a species, even as individuals, and role model humanism in your life, but you can't. So I'm going to remove it now and just be ecocentric in my worldview, and even retire the Doctor of Humanics even more and just focus on being the professor of sociocybernetics with, again, no peers. So that's pretty sad, but that's the way it is today. And what's coming in the future is very clear that your species can't fix it. And I wish your species would die with dignity as the first and only honorable thing for your species to do, because taking down the rest of the biosphere with you is the kind of thing that makes me wish all your gods existed so they could, provide the consequences that you need, the karma that you need. Except there's no punishments like this. There's only the punishment that you seem to be providing yourselves by having more kids, and then, making yourselves feel like victim when many of them die before you or suffer, and they're going to suffer when you'll be passing away, and you'll know by watching the news, if you even want